Oh, woe is me. Have I then sold myself to the fiend that, if men say be true, this yellow-starched and velveted old hag has named her prince and master?
Tempted by a dream of happiness, he had yielded himself with deliberate choice, as he had never done before, to what he knew was deadly sin. And the infectious poison of that sin had been thus rapidly diffused throughout his moral system. He had, by this time,
anybody there?
Reached his dwelling, on the edge of the burial ground, and took refuge in his study. He entered the accustomed room, and looked around him on its books, its windows, its fireplace, and the tapestried comfort of the walls, with the same perception of strangers that had haunted him throughout his walk from the forest dell into the town.
Is somebody talking?
There, on the table, with the inky pen beside it, it was an unfinished sermon, with a sentence broken in the mist, where his thoughts had ceased to gush out upon the...
Come in?
And so he did. It was old Roger Chillingsworth that entered. Ooh, Reverend Sir, you do look rather pale. Methinks the journey through the wilderness was too tough for you and your old body. Will my aid not be requisite for you to be put into strength and heart for your election sermon tomorrow?
Nay, I think not so. I think to have had enough of your drugs, my kind physician, however potent they may be, and though administered by a friendly hand.
Good night. All of this time, Roger Chillingworth was looking at the minister with grave and intent regard of a physician towards his patient. But, in spite of his outward show, the latter was almost convinced of the old man's knowledge, or, at least, his confident suspicion with respect to his own interview with Hester Prynne. The physician knew, then, that in the minister's regard, he was no longer a trusted friend, but his bitterest enemy. Are you okay?
Maybe. Yeah, I think so.
Mr. Dimsdale?
Yeah?
Reverend? You got up out of your chair.
Yeah. Who's talking?
No one's talking. Were it not best that you use my poor skill tonight? The people look for great things from you, apprehending that another year may come about and find their pastor gone.
I hardly think to tarry my flock through the flitting seasons of another year. To touching your medicine, kind sir, in my present frame of body, I need it not.
I joy to hear it. It may be that my remedies, so long administered in vain, begin now to take due effect.
I thank you, my most watchful friend. I thank you, and can but only requite your good deeds with my prayers.
A good man's prayers are golden recompense.
Servant, somebody, can you please bring me something to eat? I'm starving.
Left alone, the minister summoned a servant of the house
You again?
and requested food.
I just said that. Thanks.
No problem.
Which, being set before him, he ate with ravenous hunger.
Good.
Then, flinging the already written pages of the election sermon into the
Get
fire,
out of my head.
he forthwith began another.
Okay. Who are you? It's not funny anymore. Where are you? Come out! I've got a sermon to write. Can't deal with voices in my head.
Which he wrote with such an impulsive flow of thought and emotion that he fancied himself inspired, and only wondered that heaven could see fit to transmit the grand and solemn music of its oracles through so foul an organ pipe as he. However, leaving that mystery to solve itself, or go unsolved forever, he drove his task onward, with earnest haste and ecstasy.
I have to finish this.
Thus the night fled away, as if it were on a winged steed, and he careered on it. Morning came.
What time is it?
And peeped blushing through the curtains,
There.
and at last sunrise threw a golden beam into the study, and laid it right across the minister's bedazzled eyes. There he was, with the pen still between his fingers,
Stop talking! I'm trying to write!
and a vast, immeasurable tract of written space behind him.
Finished. Who are you? Why didn't you help me write this thing?
My name is Hawthorne. Nathaniel Hawthorne. That is the coolest thing.
Wait, did I just